there is an opportunity now to ask questions, and I'm going to ask my associate kid minister to come up. He has his own microphone, and he and I will take turns answering the questions that either you type into the comments section or that we might physically have here. Do we have any questions here to get us going? Oh, I see a Jackson and I see a John. But if you're going to talk, please come up towards the phone, which is acting as a microphone.
Okay.
Oh, is that the first question?
Yeah. When did you first meet God, and what is God like?
When did you first meet God, and what is God like? And that is specifically for Seamus.
I met him when I was like 4, and that's when I started coming to the center and really understanding what God is about. And God is all kinds of emotions. He's amazing, but also he can also bring us sadness. But there's love in him too.
Yay! Thank you. I'm going to jump in on that one too. I think I've known the divine all my life. When I was a kid, it was a very Catholic God. As I got older, it became more and more heady because I studied spiritual psychology. In my experience of science of mind, it both got more intimate and more infinite, if that's, can you say more infinite? Or is it just infinite? I think it's, okay, well, we're going to split the difference here.
Yeah.
And yeah, God is the emotion of sadness. God shows up within us as love, as joy, as power and peace. And it shows up for us when we're lonely, when we're scared. When I was watching Reverend Raymond Anderson this morning, he pointed out that every battery has a positive and a negative side. But if you don't have both, there's no power in it. And so to me, God is like that battery. It's the energy. What we choose to do with it, what we choose to create is entirely up to us. But maybe we don't need to be so fast to say that the negative stuff isn't God. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Seamus agrees with me. I must be right. Do we have another question? Dr. Jones coming up to the microphone.
So this is a question that people ask. How can it be that God is everywhere and everything, and yet, wow, it comes up really loud in audio. So how do we make sense of it in a time when people are rushing to get toilet paper off the shelves, and when they are worried that there might be something out there that is against them? How do we stay centered in our faith, and how does science of mind help do that?
Cool. What do you do, Seamus?
I usually go into my room and clear my mind, not think of the worrying stuff, and take deep breaths and bring in the stuff that's good in life, and let all of them, the bad stuff out my window.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You send it right out the window, huh?
Yeah.
I like
right
that
out the
idea.
window.
I like it. Out it goes. So, I don't know. Seamus, do you remember Mr. Rogers and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Did you ever watch that? No. Okay, I'm old. For those of us who remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, one of the things that he talked about was that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. He would find a way to express it. And sometimes he would talk about go pound a pillow or go play just all the low notes in on a piano and just pound on them for a minute. He also said that what his mother said to do was look for the helpers. Look for the helpers. You can choose to focus on what you have lost in this time when we're all stuck at home Some people are saying stuck at home. I'm saying have the opportunity to stay home, get some rest, read that stack of books that's been piling up, rewatch all of one of my favorite TV shows, all that stuff we can do so we're not thinking about what's scary. And the other thing to do is look for the helpers. Here in Yavapai County, there's a whole bunch of restaurants, and you'll have to go online to look for them all. The only one I can think of off the top of my head right now is Gato Azul, who are choosing to take donations so that they can continue to feed the people who would normally be fed at different service centers, the kids that would normally be eating at school. So you can buy one of their gift certificates and have it go to that. There's a whole bunch of places that are just stepping up, and there's something called the kindness pandemic. So hashtag kindness pandemic. It's mostly in Australia right now, but it's people all over the world kind of ratting out the people they see being kind in a wonderful way. So yes, it might seem like the divine has deserted us, but that's not possible. If God is everywhere, where did God go?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Right
so
now.
So how could it go away?
No way.
They can't. And you got to speak into the mic, my friend. I'm being told.
Okay.
They like hearing your voice.
Okay.
So I think that's my answer. Do you want to add more to yours?
Yeah. So my teacher, my homeroom teacher, has these launches of the day, and she set up this launch that said my mother used to tell me that when I see scary stuff on the TV, look for the helpers.
Yeah.
And that really inspired me because there's helpers all around the world.
Mm-hmm. And you're helping out today. You're one of them.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do we have any questions online? Or either way. What is the good in all of this? What good things have happened this week, in part because we're stuck at home?
Being the things that we love to do.
Yeah.
And
Let's see. So what did you get to do this week that you would normally not have had time to do? Because you wrote that song.
yeah.
You wrote a song. Did you get to spend more time with your parents?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to count that as a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got to see my friends because they were able to come over for a little birthday party.
Oh, good. You had your birthday this week.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So you guys did still have a birthday party. So there's still some good
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to have another one.
You got to have another one. Does that mean you age 2 years? You'll be 11 the next time I see you?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
I can tell you that there's a lot of good in this. That I was laughing about some of the ministers and I were making a list of why it's better to do these things online. For one thing, I can't tell when you get up and walk out of the room. I can't hear you talking to each other. I don't get distracted by you sneezing. I don't get distracted by you yawning. I find that you can get another cup of coffee, and I won't be offended. I'll even let you sit in whatever chair you want and drink that coffee, and not from a sippy cup. In terms of worldwide good, our governments are learning, and our societies are learning, that the people that we might have looked down on in the past are some of the saviors of this situation. The people who are stocking shelves, the people who are checking us out at the grocery store, those people who have been living on less than a living wage are now being seen for how important they are. Truckers are so important. And so now we're becoming aware And awareness is curative. We're becoming aware of the people that maybe we need to take better care of. Teachers are really going above and beyond the call of duty, being able to move everything online very quickly. It's not as easy as it looks. And so they are the heroes.
Yeah.
And maybe when this is all over, they'll be the ones making multi-million-dollar contracts for the best of them. Yeah?
Yeah.
What else is good? What else has changed? The people who have those really little congregations right now have a lot less phone calls to make. And so there's that good. There's a way of being together for them that people with multi-thousands in their congregations can't be one-on-one in the same way. Or ministers can't be. Now, the opposite of that is that in those larger congregations and in our congregation, it gives people a chance to step up. The practitioners are being called on around the world to create a healing. And so that's what we're focused on doing. We are being called back into the really important, necessary work. And I will tell you, I've kind of been struggling with my ego in that I thought I had to be busy. I thought I had to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. And it turns out a lot of that is just busy work. And I'm back into ministry now and doing what I am actually called to do. So, Seamus, think of another thing that's good.
You get to have a lot more hugs.
If you are at home with somebody, you absolutely get to have a lot more hugs. I'm standing too close to you. We're practicing distancing right now. Yep. So
and also
we're good.
hugs from stuffed animals.
Hugs from stuffed animals works. And pets?
And pets.
Yeah, my cats are loving this. They have cat furniture, and somebody who is there, obviously I stayed home to feed them more often, right?
Yeah.
Of course. So animals are loving this.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I think Di had a question. Into the microphone, honey.
What thoughts would you like to share with your friends who are needing to stay home at this time? For instance, what are the things they can do to help out at the unusual time?
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I think they can help out by sorry.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, you stumped Kid Minister. That's the other name of this game we play is Stump the Minister. So somebody
Yes.
wins. So how about I go first and then you will think of stuff while I'm talking.
Okay.
Okay, so things you can do. I did address a little bit. There are kids who are home from school who depend on school to get their food. So if you can give financially to that, that would be wonderful. Call someone you haven't called in a while. Pick up the phone and call one person. And I meant to say this last week, but I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to bet that you can go 5 minutes without saying virus, quarantine, or toilet paper. You think you could do that?
I can.
I know you can. What else can people do to help? You know what? If you are stuck at home and you're one of the kids in the house, maybe you can do some chores that your parents would normally do.
Or also you can keep continuing with your schoolwork.
Yes, you can do your schoolwork.
And also if you do dance like me, then practice your dances.
Very good. What about your neighbors? What do you think you can do for them? Do you have any neighbors that might be stuck in the house?
Yeah. I don't know.
Would you be willing to maybe go ring their doorbell and just say hello from the other side of the door?
Sure.
Okay. We can, so long as we stay 6 feet apart, maybe you talk through the window. And just see if they need anything. Maybe they would love to have some ice cream.
Yeah.
And you have ice cream, so you make them a cone and you make you a cone,
Yeah.
and then you stand on opposite sides and eat it. So now you've had an ice cream party.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are many, many other things we can do. The best thing I know is to go find people who don't usually have someone around and ask if they need anything. How can I support you? I need to be out in the world today. Anyway, let's minimize the number of people who are out there. What can I pick up for you at wherever? So that's something else people can do.
Yeah.
Anything? Let's see. I'm sure there's more stuff people can do. Does anyone here want to throw out some ideas?
Write someone a letter.
Ooh, write someone a letter. Find ways to support small businesses. That's right. I can tell you that it's the smaller places that might still have the stuff you're looking for, and they're going to need some help in the near future. Go to the grocery store for people? Wonderful. Get on Zoom and catch up with your family. Everybody who is listening, please, please, please go and download Zoom now. It's a free service. And we will probably end up doing service from Zoom. You end up looking like you're part of the Brady Bunch in that you've got all these little heads with black around them and their pictures. And if you go play with it this week, it won't be scary next week. What we would do, I believe, is we put the link, all you have to do is click the link, and it will take you to the Zoom room. And the link will be posted in emails and on Facebook and everywhere else I can think of. So if you know how to use Zoom, offer to teach someone. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
You guys know everything that your phone can do, right?
Yeah.
Could you teach somebody else a game on phones?
Yeah.
You can make people laugh.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What else? Do we have any other questions?
Why can't I have the thing that I want? Why am I not manifesting?
So you've been praying for something that you want, something good, and it hasn't come to pass yet. You haven't found it in your physical world yet. What do you think the problem is?
I think the problem is that, well, there's basically no problem. Maybe there, maybe there's something else that could interest you that's a little less than what you're hoping for. Maybe you can get that in the future, but maybe not right now.
That's an awesome answer. So my take on that is that when I do prayer, I have learned that what I want to do is describe the experience I want to be having. So my dream car was always a Prius. And I didn't have a Prius, I had a Ford. And it was leaking. But what I had that I really, really wanted was the ability to go places that I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I had the ability to go visit my friends.
Yeah.
And so what I started praying into being was a car that was really reliable.
Yeah.
And that I could go down and visit my friends in Phoenix without using up a whole thing of gas. Oh, yeah, he's driving. Yes. So as I begin to pray for the emotion or the experience I want to be having that is represented by that thing, not only do I get that thing or something better, but I get it in a whole bunch of different ways too. So I was praying for a way to have a car that worked really well, which kind of required. So I would have to feel really rich, and I would have to feel really free and supported by Spirit. And so not only did I get the car I wanted, but I got to pay off all my bills. I got to have more time at home. I got to rest. Everything that could have supported that sense of feeling supported came into being too. Have you thought of more stuff that this person might try? What about affirmations? Do you guys know how to do affirmations?
Yeah.
So give me an example of an affirmation.
An affirmation is like, I love your laugh. or
That is a
something like
wonderful compliment. I love hearing that.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so another affirmation might be, I am full of joy and laughter.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta take that out? Okay, as you wish. What else? What else can people use? What about, do you know how to teach people how to pray? Do you guys learn how to pray in the Children's Association of Awesomeness?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so how do you start a prayer?
We start with, we are here for God.
Excellent.
Our purpose is to express the nature of God in love, abundance, and joy in everything we do. The good we seek for ourselves is what we desire in all children everywhere.
Awesome. Have I heard you guys doing a new prayer out there in the mornings?
Oh, we have an affirmative prayer. It's where we do all of the 5 steps.
Excellent. How does it go? Or is it different every week?
It's not different every week. It's just really long.
It's okay. We got a few minutes.
So I keep forgetting it.
So we have our co-leaders of the Youth and Family Ministry here. Maybe they can help you out. Do you guys remember it either? Okay. Oh, it's that long, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recognition, which is where we recognize God. Then unification is where we work with God.
Oh, you work with God. I like how you said that.
Then realization is stuff that we realize that things could happen in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like a healthy, clean rainforest.
I like that.
Or a clean ocean.
A clean ocean would be very nice.
Yes.
Okay, so you got your realization. What's after that? That's the third one. What's number 4?
Then after that is Thanksgiving.
Cool.
And it's where we thank God for what we have. And then release is where we take a deep breath and release it.
Beautiful. That is one of the best explanations of prayer I have heard.
I remember the release part.
What's the release part?
With a deep breath, we bring in the good stuff and let out the bad stuff.
That is a wonderful idea. Why don't we all take a deep breath now? Take a deep breath in with the good stuff, and out with the bad stuff, the stuff that we don't want.
We also talk about the teaching symbol.
You mean this?
Yeah, the
V?
teaching symbol.
Yeah.
And the spirit, the law, and the reality.
So spirit, the middle part is law, and the bottom part's reality.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And we usually talk about law, and it always says yes.
So if I walk around saying, I don't like my job, I don't like tacos, I don't like people, what does the law say?
It says yes.
Okay, I end up with an icky job and yucky tacos and icky people.
Well, if that's a way to explain it.
So it's kind of like we put in our order at a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And we can ask for whatever we want, but we're going to get whatever we asked for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch out what you ask for because you will get it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any other questions that might have been online or in the room? Oh, do we have questions from the box? From the Seamus box.
From the Seamus box. The Seamus
I think we have time for one of
Seamus.
those. Ooh, what do kids need most from adults?
They need love.
What else? Or more
And-
love?
peace and joy and harmony.
Harmony is fantastic. What do you get by coming here? You come and hang out with us every Sunday. Why do you keep coming back? What do you like?
I like that we are very loving here, kind, and really look out for each other.
Yeah, you take care of each other.
Yeah. And that's what I like about this family here at the spiritual, the center, the science of mind, the CSL.
For CSL, that is exactly right. CSL Prescott. So when you come in on a Sunday and you see all of your friends, what do you do for them? What do they need from you?
Well, I usually hug them and say hi and play with them when we have time, and maybe even color with them.
Yeah.
And do the activity.
What if they don't understand the activity?
I help them. I help them out with what it really means and how and give them hints or something like that.
Very cool. I've seen you do that. I think you do that very well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So I believe that's about all the time we have for. So this is where I get to go and show people how we do spiritual mind treatment. So you mind if I start? Okay, I might stop and ask you during the realization step what other good things you want to see made. Okay? So in this moment, what I absolutely know, what I know with all my heart and soul and my whole being, what flows through every part of me is that God is all there is. There is no second power. There is only this moment, this power which is experienced as peace, as joy, and as love. It is experienced as the one and only loving support that is the universe. So when we were told to love God with all our hearts and minds and souls, and we were told to love one another, it was the same instruction. We are all one in God. There's no difference. And so in this moment, I give thanks that Spirit is, and Spirit is here as me, and these beautiful beings that are here physically and who are joining us online. I know that each and every person, every single cell in those bodies are happy and well. Every single cell is alive with the divine energy. And so what I know is that dogs and cats love having their people home with them and are being very good and very cuddly for the people who need hugs. I know that this center is reaching out to all the other people in order to help them and do whatever needs doing to make somebody else smile. What else should we put in there? Whoops, sorry, I took your microphone away. It's on. It should be still on. Nope. All right. Why don't you say it to me and I'll repeat it.
So I know that all the animals are happy that their human beings are home with them, feeding them well, not just eating food for them. Then they finish it up. Then they have no more for lunch.
Oh my goodness. So what Seamus is knowing and claiming is that all of the animals are so happy that their humans are there for them and feeding them and not just putting some food down and then going to work so that the animals have nothing left for lunch.
Yeah.
I will claim that good with you guys. And what I know is that anyone who is feeling sick in this moment is absolutely indwelt by the divine healing power of the Christ consciousness. And so join me now in knowing that for people all over the world. Join me now in knowing that That divine being is already at work. It is perfect. We are perfect, whole, and complete. And from this, something beautiful and good must come. Something above and beyond what we thought life could even be like. As the old life falls away and we step into this grand new life, we discover wonderful new things and wonderful new ways to be together. I bless it all and call it good, and so it is.